Hey boys and girls, this is Mr. Sutherland. I'm going to be talking about what we did today in class for the D major scale and arpeggio, and this is the violin video. So if you don't play a violin, this is not going to really help you that much. Otherwise, let's get started. We have on the board our D major scale with the arpeggio at the end, starting of course on D, and going up an octave to D, back down an octave, up again, down again into the arpeggio section at measure 5. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Arpeggio, up to D, arpeggio down, up and back down. Real quick, we're going to try playing it together if you can with me with the recording. Now I'm going to set the metronome to 60 beats per minute. I'm sorry, 50 beats per minute. So you can play along with me with my metronome here, and we'll play through the whole line one time through, and then we'll break it down a little bit after that. Let's get our metronome started at 55 beats per minute. I may have changed it like 3 times. I'm going to say 55 for now. All right, starting with an open D fingering. I'm going to try to position myself to the video camera on my phone so you can see where my fingers are moving. Let's see which better angle we have here. 1, 2, set, and play. Great. Now, if you couldn't see that behind my head, you shouldn't have to look at the video to watch. You should be able to watch on your paper because you're practicing at home. And if you don't see it or are unable to have your paper at home, let's try one more time. And I'm going to step off the camera real quick so you can play along with me, just the audio. 1, 2, set, and play. Great. Let me turn that off. Now, if you don't know the steps to playing a D major scale, go back into your book and kind of review the fingerings. And we're going to be mostly focusing on the arpeggio portion. That was part of our lesson today, was looking more at the arpeggio. So if you want to see how we do the scale, please go refer back to your book and your measurements for success for string orchestra. All right, so I'm going to move this little blue tile here and look at our arpeggio and kind of break it down note for note and fingering for fingering. Whoa, that got big, right? So our first fingering is going to be an open D. Open. So if you have a pencil on you, you need to mark that for yourself. Write 0, telling you that it's an open D. Then the next pitch is going to be a third interval. Remember, if we're looking at a scale, we look at the scale also in intervals. Starting on the root, the first. Then you have the second, which is E. The third, which is F sharp. The fourth, G. The fifth, A. 6B, 7th, C sharp, and the 8th, or octave, high D. And so you guys are only playing this scale in 1 octave. The octave is from this D to this high D. And again, the arpeggio is made up of every other note in the scale series, or in this case, as we know it, and I've taught you in class, the first, the third, the fifth interval, and in our case, the octave as well. So again, this is our first note, open D. The second pitch, if you've been looking because you already played this at home while I was doing this video, you're playing the F sharp here, which is the third interval. And if you're playing F sharp on the violin, that is the second finger on the D string. Then you have an A, which is the fifth note in the scale, and that is an open A. I'm going to play that open. And then we'll play a high D, which is fingered as 3 fingers on the A string. Here. I'm sorry, that's not a 3. That's a 0. That's a 3. There we go. Fix that boo-boo. Now, to show you on the violin what that looks like, here is an open string D. F sharp, 2 fingers on the D string, open A, 3 on the D string, 1, 2, 3, there's 3, D. And we just do that in reverse on the way back down. D, open, 2, open, and we repeat that twice in sequence. Let's pizzicato that and sing it with bow in hand. If you guys remember how to pizzicato with bow in hand, get a bow grip like normal, then lift your index finger above the fingerboard where most of the fingerboard is, not where your bow touches, where the rosin is. And let's sing and pluck those note names, starting with D as quarter note. So play it only up. 2, ready, and D, F sharp, A, D. Try it again. Ready, and D, F sharp, A, D. Now go back down from high D. D, A, F sharp, D. Again from the high D. D, A, F sharp, D. Now let's play going up and down as chord notes. Ready, and D, F sharp, A, D, A, F sharp, D. Again, you can always rewind this, pause it, and try it again. Let's try with the bow. Chord notes. Ready, and always remember that when you're going to be changing strings, right when you want to change strings, you got to move your shoulder up and down based on the string height. Okay, now let's try that twice, doing the arpeggio twice as we have here. Not in rhythm, but just twice like we have in the exercise. Ready, and if that's too fast, I always suggest playing it slow as your own tempo. Now to go on a little bit further, let's play this in rhythm. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. I was counting the rhythm, the actual rhythmic counting that you normally do in class when we clap and count before we play, so we know the rhythm. If you had to sing it with the note fingerings, you have open, 2, open, 3, open, 2, open, 2, open, 3, open, 2, open. Let's try that. 1, 2, ready, and play. And of course, the very end there, we have a half note that gets 2 beats. 1, and play, and great. Now let's try putting that all together. Let's move this black box or blue box down again. Having that put together, you can try playing at your own tempo, but be careful that when we get to this D here, that we go right into the arpeggio rhythm that we just played. Sometimes we get a little hesitant to switch our minds from scale to arpeggio, so we got to be able to make that smooth transition going down the scale 1 octave and going into that arpeggio sequence. Let's start from the top again. Let's put that metronome up at 55 beats per minute. And let's try playing it together. I'm going to stand this way a little bit so you can kind of see the music still. Ready, and play. And there you have it. Hope this helps. Keep practicing at home, and I will see you guys later. Take care.